Welcome back to part 2 of the latest driving theory test. If you're serious about passing your test, these practice questions will help boost your confidence. Let's see how many you can get right. Let's begin. Question 1. You want to park facing downhill. What should you do? A. Turn the steering wheel towards the curb and put on the handbrake. B. Park with one wheel up the curb. C. Park closest as possible to the car in front. D. Park with two wheels up the curb. The answer is A. Turn the steering wheel towards the curb and put on the handbrake. Question 2. What is the national speed limit for the outside lane of a motorway? A. 70 miles per hour. B. 60 miles per hour. C. 40 miles per hour. D. 50 miles per hour. The answer is A. 70 miles per hour. Question 3. When driving down a steep hill, how can you maintain control of your vehicle? A. Select a high gear and use the brakes firmly. B. Select a low gear and use the brakes carefully. C. Accelerate to get down as quickly as possible. D. Drive closest to the car in front of you. The answer is B. Select a low gear and use the brakes carefully. Question 4. You're driving along a country road. A horse and rider are ahead of you. What should you do? A. Drive faster to get past quickly. B. Sound your horn to alert them. C. Drive past slowly and give plenty of room. D. Flash your headlights when passing. The answer is C. Drive past slowly and give plenty of room. Question 5. You are going to reverse into a side road, but you aren't sure the area is clear. What should you do? A. Assume it is and go anyway. B. Get out of the car and check. C. Check your side mirrors only. D. Check your rear mirrors only. The answer is B. Get out of the car and check. Question 6. You are driving in strong winds and wish to overtake a motorcyclist. What should you do? A. Stay close to the motorcyclist while overtaking. B. Overtake the motorcyclist as wide as possible. C. Pass as soon as you can. D. Pass with speed to ensure that you complete the overtake quickly. The answer is B. Overtake the motorcyclist as wide as possible. Question 7. Your mobile rings while you are driving your vehicle. When is it appropriate for you to accept the call? A. While on dual carriages and motorways. B. While traveling on rural roads which don't have much traffic. C. If you are confident that your ability to drive will not be compromised by the distraction. D. Once you have stopped in a legally permitted place. The answer is D. Once you have stopped in a legally permitted place. Question 8. While traveling within the legal speed limit, the motorist behind flashes its headlights. What should you do? A. Keep traveling at your chosen speed. The driver will overtake when they themselves deem it safe to do so. B. Accelerate to generate a gap between you and the vehicle behind. C. Brake sharply so the vehicle sees your brake lights. D. Wave your hand out the window. The answer is A. Keep traveling at your chosen speed. The driver will overtake when they themselves deem it safe to do so. Question 9. Excessive or uneven tire wear can be caused by faults in which of the following? A. gearbox, B, exhaust system, C, cooling system, D, suspension. The answer is D, suspension. Question 10. You are at a railway level crossing, and the red light signal carries on flashing after the train has passed. What should you do? A. Sound your horn to tell other drivers. B. Carry on slowly. C. Go through as quickly as possible. D. Wait. The answer is D. Wait. Question 11. You are one of the first to help a motorcyclist injured in a traffic accident. When should you proceed to remove their helmet? A. Upon the motorcyclist's request. B. As soon as you arrive at the scene without hesitation. C. Only if it's essential. D. In all circumstances, except if the injured motorcyclist is in a shocked state. The answer is C. Only if it's essential. Question 12. A policeman flashes their headlights at you and points left. What should you do? A. Turn left at the next roundabout. B. Turn left at the next side road. C. Pull up on the left. D. Brake immediately. The answer is C. Pull up on the left. Question 13. Upon driving through a flooded area, what should you do? A. Test your brakes to see they are functioning normally. B. Check your exhaust. C. Stop the vehicle and dry your brakes. D. Stop the vehicle and check your tires. The answer is A. Test your brakes to see they are functioning normally. Question 14. What should the left-hand lane of a motorway be used for? A. Breakdowns only. B. Normal driving. C. Overtaking traffic in the middle lane. D. Vehicles doing the minimum speed limit. The answer is B. Normal driving. Question 15. A roof rack fitted to your car will cause A. Less chance of an accident. B. Your fuel consumption to increase. C. Your fuel consumption to decrease. D. Your speed to increase. The answer is B. Your fuel consumption to increase. Question 16. In addition to sentencing for a driving offense, what is the procedure a disqualified driver has to follow to reobtain a driving license? A. Resit all tests after their period of disqualification has concluded, applying for a duplicate driving license. B. Pay all remaining fines, apply for a new license, and resit your test at any time during the disqualification period. C. Resit all tests after their period of disqualification has concluded, applying as a new driver. D. Resit all driving tests and examinations of behavior and skill at a time that suits them. The answer is C. Resit all tests after their period of disqualification has concluded, applying as a new driver. Question 17. It is unacceptable to reverse. A. In an area with many buildings, as well as stationary and moving vehicles. B. For a longer period of time than you need to. C. Into side roads. D. For longer than the length of one car. The answer is B. For a longer period of time than you need to. Question 18. While driving in foggy conditions, why is it recommended that you stay well behind the vehicle in front of you? A. In the event that the vehicle's fog lights startle you. B. In the event that the vehicle's brake lights startle you. C. In the event the vehicle stops abruptly. D. In case the vehicle changes direction at short notice. The answer is C. In the event the vehicle stops abruptly. Question 19. When approaching an unmarked crossroads, who has right of way? A. The driver traveling on the widest road. B. The driver traveling in the largest vehicle. C. The driver traveling at the fastest speed. D. Nobody. The answer is D. Nobody. Question 20. If you need to slow down quickly on a motorway because of a hazard, what should you do? A. Flash headlights. B. Beep your horn. C. Switch on your hazard lights. D. Wave with your arm out of the window. The answer is C. Switch on your hazard lights. Question 21. In which scenario should you never consider overtaking cyclists? A. Immediately before making a left-hand turn. B. When the road is narrower than usual. C. While approaching a right-hand bend. D. On approach to a roundabout. The answer is A. Immediately before making a left-hand turn. Question 22. An accident casualty has injured their arm, and they can move it. However, it is bleeding. Why should you instruct them to keep it upright? A. It will be easier for the ambulance to see them. B. It will help ease the bleeding. C. It will stop the pain. D. It will keep it out of your way. The answer is B. It will help ease the bleeding. Question 23. While traveling within the legal speed limit, another motorist attempts to overtake your car. Should you stop the motorist from doing this? A. Yes, as this driver is making you feel uncomfortable. B. Not under any circumstances. C. No, unless you're in a safe position to prevent the driver properly. D. Yes, as the driver has the potential to harm you, your passengers, and other drivers. The answer is B. Not under any circumstances. Question 24. When waiting behind a cyclist at traffic lights, what should you do once they change? A. Beep your horn and drive through before they can. B. Try to move before the cyclist does. C. Allow the cyclist time and room to move. D. Drive as near to them as possible to ensure you get through. The answer is C. Allow the cyclist time and room to move. Question 25. You see a pedestrian with a red and white stick. What does this tell you about the pedestrian? A. Have epilepsy. B. Blind. C. Deaf and blind. D. Deaf. The answer is C. Deaf and blind. How many did you get right this time? Keep practicing, and you'll be ready to pass with ease. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more driving test prep. See you in the next video. Good luck.